Hello and welcome to Georgie's Gundogs at Trails for Tails Dog Training. Okay, so in this clip there is, following the clip of this conversation, there is another training one. Again, you can use it for your puppies and your adults, but I like to teach puppies this straight off. And this is one of my favourite all-time exercises, and it's hand target. So it's teaching the dog to target my hand using their nose. So if I put my hand out, I say touch, they should touch my hand. I find it really beneficial. I used to use it when I used to do a lot of disability training, for not just retrieving, but getting them to shut doors, pull things out of things. I could transfer whatever was on my hand to something else. It's an absolutely fabulous tool. Some people use it in recall. I use it in the vets as well. It's another one you can get to get them to come up on things, to follow things. It is a fantastic tool. There's so many things. And also, actually, it's been really helping with my puppy who likes to pick up stones. As soon as he picks up a stone, I say touch, he brings me the stone, I swap. Okay, because I do not chase the puppy for stones and eating things, and it's a good one I start using. So as soon as sometimes I even put my hands out, he just runs over to me, spits the stone out, because he knows this is more valuable than the stone. I can remove the stone quite quietly, I can throw some food somewhere else, and to be honest, I'm not building value in that food, and it's all about timing. And what I'm not doing is offering food on the swap, you see, on that stone, because he'll probably end up picking up the stone more. What I'm asking for is a total different behaviour, so I'm breaking away, and I'd still do the touch without the presence of the stone, so that doesn't become part of the picture. But I love hand touch. I use it so much, it comes out so beneficial for me. And like I said, it's a big one for my hand delivery on retrieves, and you will see that later down the line when we do start retrieving and we're talking about delivery, because there's a lot of ways you can teach delivery, but this one is a real good go for me, you know. And teaching puppy quite quickly, and then when he might have something later down the line, I can place my hand out, he's going to know that position of that hand, because you can even learn it to move around with you, is to bring something to your hand. Okay, so it's a fabulous tool, and like I said, it's so beneficial in so things. It's an also good one that I like to use where their headspace is at, as well as the connection exercise. It's another alternative behaviour of, if I'm in certain environments that look quite challenging, can you give me a simple hand target that I know I built a lot of value in? So it shows me if they can't, or they bypass it because they're too out there, it's a good indication to me that they are struggling in that environment in that moment, okay, or something is going on. So it's a fabulous one to teach. Now, there's a couple of ways, depending on the dog, how you can teach this. So what I do is I'll have puppy with me, and I might just move my hand out, because dogs are very naturally nosy and inquisitive. As soon as the dog touches my hand, I mark it, I pay, and I throw the food away from the hand. What will then happen is puppy should pick the food up, turn round, head back, and I can fly the hand out again. As soon as they touched it, mark it, pay it. Once they're fluent with that behaviour of targeting your hand, you can then put your touch cue on. And usually when I put my touch cue on is as the puppy is heading towards the hand. Now, for those who might struggle with this, you can also put a bit of food in between your hand and then release the food when the dog touches your nose. Mark it, release the food. Okay, and then fade that out. But a lot of dogs, if you don't keep it there too much, or don't stick it in their face, I see a lot of people try and force it upon. Let the dog come to it, okay? Don't force it. They're not learning if you're forcing it. Sometimes also give your puppy a minute to think. If it pauses, it might sit there and go, I've just done that a couple of times but I wasn't sure. They sort of lose, some of them lose a bit of confidence, or they just go, I'm not sure, am I doing that right? Give them that minute to process it, because you'll see some of them, if you've given that minute and you can see them sat there thinking, they'll just go bang, is that right? Bang. Give them that minute. We never give dogs enough time to let themselves process things, okay? Or give them time to be able to offer up what we think we've just taught. And it's to see, have we taught that right? Because sometimes they need a minute. Like us, I'll go, hang on, like someone says to me something, I go, give me a minute on that. Right, now I've got you. Same with the dogs, okay? Like I said, if they are struggling, keep with the food for a while, build that value, because some do. But if you haven't, when I naturally offered it to little Jimmy when we first started teaching, he was just like, oh, your hand, I'm gonna, oh, yeah. And then I'd wait for him to come back, and he'd look at me, and I go, and he'd go, oh, what's in that? And I kept, now he's like, bang. Okay, at the moment, he's not 100% nose. I can fade that out sometimes, because he's a puppy. If it was a larger dog, then I would try and probably actually keep more of a scent on it. You can even rub a bit of food on it, a bit of scent. So on it so it stops the ones who are a bit, might be more mouthy or getting quite aroused by it, excited, because some dogs do. So also, but I'd look at the value of food you're using in that if they started to do, or frustration. But by rubbing a bit of scent on it, they're more likely to sniff it than go on it. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the clip of how I teach it. I hope you enjoy using it, and if you want any questions where it benefit, please send them in. Okay, so that is hand touch. See you later. Bye. Hello. So in this video I am going to teach my little boy hand touch. What are we doing here? Wait, patience is a virtue. He's like typical puppy, feeling a bit mouthy, wants to bite on something, and like game on. Okay, and it's all that. But it's nice for you to see this, okay? So, in this video, I'm going to teach little Jimmy hand touch. And that is what we've been talking about in the previous clip, why I teach it, how I teach it, and you're going to see officially how I teach it. He has done it before, but we will see. We haven't actually done it in this particular location. So again, it's him proofing it in another position, in another area, another picture. He's only done it really in my field and my back garden. So this is a new picture for him, we shall see. So I'm going to demo it, and I will say, like I said to you, the other couple of ways that I also teach it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to present my hand to him if he goes towards it and touches it, because like I said, they're inquisitive. I'm going to mark that and pay it and put the food over there so he runs away. Now there might be times that he starts spotting where the food comes on. He might sit back, look at the pocket, and take a minute of like, how do I get her to go back in that? Also, don't keep your hand in your pocket ready, because also they start to fixate on that. Also, it's not clean training. You want to keep your hands away, so once you've done the baby, then you mark it, then you put your hand in the pocket, because if you put your hand in before you've marked it, you've actually marked a couple of behaviours before it by just putting your hand in the pocket. So it's keeping it clean, and so the dog understands, like I said, be careful what you pay for. Right, so here goes. Right, Jimmy, you ready? So all I'm going to do is present my hand. Yes, good boy. Yes, good lad. Now, he is a bit mouthy at the moment, but I can work on that. I just want you to see him targeting it. Yes, good lad. Yes, good lad. Because what I don't want to do is push him to try and offer something else at this stage. Yes, good lad. But what I might do, so he has to lick more. Yes, good boy. So I'm just putting that there, then releasing it. Yes. 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 Yes, better, good boy. Yes, good boy. I'll let him think about it, because he's even, yes, good boy, better. So by me getting him to lick it a little bit more on there and have a look, yes, good lad, he's learning not to mouth it as much as he did previously. Yes, and I pause a little bit, okay? I wait for that close mouth and mark the closed mouth. Now, the majority of dogs don't mouth. He is a baby and he's a puppy, and he's probably the mouthiest puppy I've ever had. So I'm expecting this. And like I said, I can work on this separately. Most of them will just sniff it, all right? And it's also, that is another way, by putting it on or rubbing it and releasing it from your finger, another way to encourage them into the hand, okay? But eventually it looks like, so once they're fluent on it, should I say before eventually, it's like once they're fluent on that hand target, then what I might do is go, Jimmy, touch. Yes, good boy. Touch. Yes, good boy. One of the quarries went off. Bang. Touch. Yes, good boy. Touch. Yes, good lad. Yeah, covered in muck, by the way. Nothing new there, people. So that is just a little example. I don't want to blow his little brain, so I'm just going to give him a bit of scatter food to say we're finished. Yeah, Jimmy? Finished. So I'm going to scatter some food round so he's not fixating on me. You can just take a minute, and that we're switching off for the exercise. You can do a bit of go find. So that is an example of how I just start teaching. Like I said, he was a little bit mouthy, and that's good for you to see. It's not always going to be slick and perfect at the end of the day, and I could talk through how I will work with that and how you can get your dogs to target in other ways, okay, so that they don't become mouthy. Like I said, he is a mouthy puppy. I would only do a little bit because I don't want to cause that frustration in him. All right, but I do it. I like to have really fun when they get good at it. I can really lob stuff away so that they have to come flying back at you, and it can be just great. And then I can do both hands when I've progressed on from the one hand. I can bring another hand in, and then food from different angles of where I'm coming from. Move it about, see if they'll touch me in different areas of where I'm ever placing my hand. Let's be careful what I said there. So that is how I teach hand touch. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye. Good boy.